9 o'clock. Thursday morning, 15th of December 2022. I am Adobe.
I am Yadesi. Good morning.
Alright, today in the Parliament, we continue our conversation from where we left it off yesterday. We intend to beam our searchlight on the crisis rocking the Labour Party here in Enugu State in the build-up to the 2023 gubernatorial polls. Get to understand their chances in 2023. Well, it's no news that in the contest to the line building, the Labour Party in the state seems to be bedeviled in some rift emanating from the two camps. We have that of Hon.Barr Chijioke Edeoga on one hand and Captain Everest Naji Odengene on another hand, who claims he was wrongly excluded during the August 4th primary election. Now, with the controversies bedeviling the party, yesterday we had the Director General, Captain Everest Naji Odengene, governorship organization, Ezirigwe, who got to explain the reasons why his principal actually went to court over the gubernatorial primaries that brought Edeoga's candidacy. The camp, that's Odengene camp, accused Edeoga of strictly resorting to emotional blackmail and untrue actions to mislead the public and attract some sort of sympathy to himself. But this morning we'll get to hear from the camp of Chijioke Edeoga and get to know what's been happening since the emergence of Chijioke Edeoga as the flag bearer of the Labour Party in the gubernatorial polls in 2023. What has also happened since the November court judgment by Justice Evelyn Maha sacking Edeoga as the Labour Party governorship candidate and also ordering for a fresh primary election. All these we'll be looking at today to unravel the rift in the party and know the way forward this morning. So we hope you enjoy this interesting time with us on the Parliament.
All right, we have with us in the studio this morning the spokesman and director of communications, Edeoga Nwokabia campaign organization, Engineer George Ndubeze. Good morning, sir. Good to have you here with us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get a conversation started. What exactly is happening and what actually happened long before now? There's been issues over the right candidacy of your party going into the 2023 general elections. And Captain Everest Naji, we know that he dragged your principal to court seeking the nullification of the primary that threw Edeoga as the candidate of the party. What exactly is happening?
Thank you for that question. I think what is happening is politics and nothing more than politics. If you look at the issues being canvassed by Odengene camp, it's obvious somebody is trying to play a spoilers game somewhere, because a party is not just an individual. A party is made up of people at different strata, different interests. That's why somebody has to work together to make progress, to win election, to govern, and to make better the life of the people. So if you look at what's going on, you look at the two camps. Who do you think is really working for Labour Party? Who do you think is working for the people? Who do you think is collaborating and cooperating with the candidacy at the national level? Because a party or a government is not just one individual. Like I said, if P2B becomes the president of Nigeria tomorrow, which we're all praying for, he's not going to work alone. It's not just going to be there as a tree without branches. A tree has branches, and branches will bear the fruit.
Yeah.
Without the branches, there ain't going to be any fruit. Without the tree, there won't be any branch. So it's a process of an integrated process of people at different levels. Somebody has to be the alter ego of a movement. In 2015, that alter ego was Buhari. He gave victory to APC. APC won, irrespective of their taste in the politics, that they identified with the spirit and the movement of Buhari. And they cleared the whole northern states and most southern states. Today, that person that has that kind of privilege and mandate is P2B. So people who have the same kind of lifestyle, who believe in his kind of movement, who believe in his principles, who believe that we should actually move from consumption to production, identified with him earlier. Initially, people were skeptical whether it was going to work. People were being pleaded, people were being cajoled to join. those who joined early were the people that really believed in the mandate of P2B. Then there are later joiners who now saw, oh, this is working, and are doing everything to either knock off the people that came early, or to use, we believe sometimes that money answered it all, that money would get you everything. People that want to get into the backyard. People that are also being used by the opposition, PDP and the APC, to destabilize Obi's candidacy. From having no structure, now people are struggling to get into the structure. So I think what is happening here in Enugu State is that somebody somewhere decided that, look, if we allow Labour Party with the way they're going and with the kind of credible candidates they have, from the governorship to senatorial to House of Assembly to House of Reps, all these people, check them out. They all have second address. These are people that they are not loafers. They are not people that are just looking for something to do. They are professionals. Okay. In fact, you have professors, you have engineers, you have lawyers, you have medical people, as candidates of the 36 candidates from governorship, Senate, House of Reps to House of Assembly. Check them out. They are all professionals. They're all seasoned people. So for somebody to stagger in from somewhere and say that he's a candidate and is going to court to shop for judgment, from Port Harcourt, you went to Abuja, you went to different courts, and eventually got what you are looking for. And you think the party will just sit back and watch you to destroy the entire effort they're putting in Enugu State, to take back Enugu State and give it to the people and make Enugu State work again. That is what this is all about. Odengene is not working alone. There are people behind him in Igbo. And we know that there are people behind him, but we're not going to give up. We are fighting for the people. We are fighting to regain our state. We are fighting for the future of our children and our grandchildren. That is what is going on. It is politics, but we're not going to give in to blackmail. We're not going to give in to cheap blackmail on the street. That's not what it is all about. It is about the interests of people. Who really has the interests of people? You cannot compare somebody who sits in a comfortable office in Abuja, moving from one court to the other, to somebody that is going from ward to ward with all the other candidates. There are 36 candidates. So does Odengene know who his ward chairman is? The answer is no. A party is not just sitting in the office and writing petitions and going to court. He doesn't know his ward chairman. He doesn't know his local government chairman. He doesn't even know the state chairman. So how come he just wants to be a candidate? How? Is that the way it works? He is simply a spoiler. That is period. That's what it is.
This accusation of playing a spoilers game has gone both ways. Even the Odengene camp has accused Chijioke Edeoga, Honorable Chijioke Edeoga, of also being the fifth columnist. I asked them this question yesterday, and they are pointing the same finger that you're pointing at them now, saying that somebody is behind your own candidates in terms of trying to spoil the Labour Party's chances at these polls. How do you react to this?
Isn't that funny? It's funny. I've just told you that a party is not just one individual. Chijioke Edeoga has been going from ward to ward. First of all, to set up the structure of Labour Party, to open offices of Labour Party. In doing this, he's been attacked, he's been cajoled. People have said all sorts of things. He's the one that has been receiving the darts from the government. The government has not for one day criticized Odengene. But everything everything PDP is doing is to tackle Edeoga, to bring him down, to bring him to disrepute. Okay?
Even though he was part of the PDP.
We all came off from PDP, including P2B was part of PDP. So that is not, it's no-brainer to say that he's from PDP. We're all from PDP. Even the people in APC came from PDP. Our democracy is still evolving. There will be a point where things will be basically and simply based on principle, which is what we hope P2B is bringing on board. After P2B, the politics will change totally. So Edeoga has been there, building the structure from the lowest level, which is the ward, to the state, and to the local government, and to the state. So you will decide who is the spoiler here, or who is interloper. I've just told you that Odengene doesn't know who his ward chairman is. Okay, he doesn't know who his local government chairman is. Of course, obviously, from what happened yesterday, when the chairman of the state chairman intervened in your interview, he doesn't even know who the state chairman is. So you will decide, the public will decide who is working for Labour and who is working against Labour. It's obvious, it's out there. Yesterday we were in 3 wards in Igwe North, in Ete Ward 1, Ete Ward 2, and Ete Ward 3. I can tell you that in the past, probably in the past 20 years, no governorship candidates have gone to these wards. No governorship candidate has gone to these wards. Ete is in the border town between Enugu State and some of them Kogi, some of them Benue. We have to use interpreters to talk to them. Okay, but these people have not seen governance. But Chijioke Edeoga went there physically. He didn't send somebody. So that will tell you who is working for Labour. We are looking for votes, and the votes are in the hinterland. And if you can't go out there and they are going around the courts to shop for judgment, is that how Labour is going to win? Is that how Peter Obi is going to get the votes? What we need is votes, not all this distraction. Okay.
All right. And the whole controversy emanated from the outcome of the primaries. I understand that the party preferred a consensus arrangement, as highlighted to us, and it's alleged a primary was conducted without the knowledge of some other people to project a candidate, your candidate, Chijioke Edeoga, leading to the court case that we just saw sometime in November. And from the allegations, it says that the primaries that projected Chijioke Edeoga, he did not follow the laid down guidelines of conduct of primaries having to do with the purchase of expression of interest forms, the nomination forms, and application for waivers. What are your thoughts?
Well, there are certain questions you have to ask, and then the answers will help you to decide what the truth is. I'm not here to castigate anybody. I have the highest respect for Chief Everest Naji. He's done his best in the society. He's contributed in society. I have my highest respect for all the people that are running for offices in all the parties. These are people that have achieved. They are not going for what they have to eat. But I believe that all this is about service. The primaries in the Labour Party primaries, even if you are going for consensus, the Electoral Act has made it clear there are certain things you must do. You don't go for consensus behind the door. You don't go and say that you met the party officials in Abuja and they agreed and you paid money. That's not the spirit of the Electoral Act. For you to go for consensus, it means there is no other person running, or if there are people running, they must write person like that are withdrawing for it to be a consensus. So you ask the question, between Edeoga and Odengene, who first joined Labour Party? The answer is obvious. Edeoga joined Labour Party long before Odengene joined. And Edeoga joining Labour Party, his whole aim was to be the governor candidate of Labour Party. So he couldn't have joined as just, to win the seat. I believe that when Odengene joined, he had the same purpose to become the Labour Party candidate. So how can he now say that he is the consensus candidate, or he wanted to be a consensus candidate, when there is somebody that has joined before him who is chasing the same thing he wants to chase? So it means that Chijioke Edeoga must have signed a document saying that, okay, I'm withdrawing. Did Edeoga sign a document that he's withdrawing? The answer is no. So Odengene's claim of consensus doesn't hold water. Okay, and talking about the notice, he said he didn't get notice. Notice is not given to an individual. It's a public document. There's no way INEC would have come to monitor this election. All the security agencies were there, and he's saying that he wasn't aware. Okay, the people that did the election, the primaries, are delegates chosen from different parts of the state, from wards of different wards in the state. So does it mean that Odengene didn't even know one delegate that would have alerted him, see, Oga, look, they are doing these primaries? Does it mean he didn't have even one delegate? And these are the same delegates that voted for Edeoga. So the feigning ignorance that he didn't know when this thing held is just playing the game that he's playing with those that are supporting him.
So there was a primary election.
There was a primary election properly monitored by INEC.
State leadership.
Exactly. Otherwise, how would INEC put Chijioke Edeoga's name in their list?
But how come none of the other people who purchased funds for the governorship primaries were present at the election, the primaries that happened there?
The only other person I know
that
had interest and who took part in the thing is Davison Nnamani from Isuzo.
Okay.
Edeoga is also from Isuzo. Along the line, there were discussions.
Did he withdraw for Edeoga?
He withdrew, not for Edeoga. He withdrew because there is normally grounds for withdrawal. You talk with the party hierarchy. I don't know what agreement they had, but all I know is that there was a withdrawal. So you can't, he won't say I'm withdrawing for Edeoga. It means that whatever he's doing it with Edeoga. But if you engage the party at the national level, at the state level, then there may be some concessions, there may be some agreements that made him to withdraw. Okay? But Nnaji, Odengene, he wasn't really in this game until after the election. Then he started saying that he was not informed and went to court.
Okay, but he had already purchased nomination forms. According to the suits that they filed, they said that he did not withdraw and that he was qualified for that primaries, but he wasn't involved in the primaries. But I want to get to some other things in the court case. According to them, Mr. Zirigwe was here yesterday, and he said something about in court that Edeoga was unable to present to the court any receipts that he purchased the nomination form at all. So there is an issue about whether or not he purchased the nomination form. Can you clarify on this?
That is laughable. There are certain things I may not be able to go into.
Are there receipts? Just
there are receipts, of course there are. If there are no receipts, the party won't be challenging the judgment. It's the party that is challenging the judgment. Okay? If there are no receipts, how would the party go to challenge? If there are no receipts, how would they even hold primaries in the first instance? So there are things people will say, we just laugh it off and know that this is just posturing and trying to add more sand in your garage. And you leave it and you move on to do what you are doing. What is important is to get the Enugu State people to know that PDP is a dead party. That is what should concern anybody. That's what should concern Odengene. But Odengene has not for one day gone out there to tell the people why they should vote against PDP and why they should vote for him. He's been just going from one court to the other. So how can you pay to a party and you don't get receipt?
They said what
Chijioke Edeoga paid 15 million naira to the party.
What was presented in the court was certificate of return. And
was Chijioke Edeoga joined in the thing? It was not. These people went through a writ of summons. And
but
not
they
to
said he
summons.
wasn't joined because the issue that they have was with the party and not with Chijioke Edeoga.
My dear, in Port Harcourt, where they went to first, they went through writ of summons. And the judge said, no, this man has to be joined. And they left Port Harcourt and went to Abuja. You cannot shave a man behind his back. If you know that what he is claiming is correct, why are you blocking him from joining? And they're using technicalities. Come, let us tell ourselves the truth. Does Odengene really love a Labour Party? Is he working for Labour Party or against Labour Party? People can come up with all sorts of legal jingoism to stop or to achieve their aim or to stop somebody.
All right. So
you can always go there and get smart lawyers that will go and throw spanner in the wheel of your progress and distract you. What they just want to do is to distract Edeoga. What they want to do is to stop him from campaigning, period. And he has said, no, I'm working for the people. If at the end of the day, the courts say it is Odengene, fine. But the point is that PDP has to go. PDP has destroyed the state. PDP has betrayed our common patrimony. PDP has mismanaged our resources. That is what the issue is. And not whether it is Odengene. Leave that for the court. If finally the court, after going to appeal court or probably to Supreme Court, and they say, go and have the primaries, then we're going to have the primaries. But we think since Odengene went to court, we meet him in court. So what's he complaining that we went to appeal? He went to court. The court is our right to decide whether to go to appeal or to go to the field. We decided to go to appeal. It's smarter, it's cleaner, it's better, it's more cost effective to do that than to go and engage somebody, somebody's paying his bills, to engage us in the field. No. We are not going to give in to their antics.
Some are saying that Edeoga might be hiding something, and if he's not hiding something, why did he go to appeal the court judgment, and why has there not been the rerun of the primary as suggested by the court? So from that court judgment day, 14 days after, there was supposed to be another rerun of the primary election.
So those who go to court are hiding something. That's absurd. He's not hiding anything. If there's anything he's hiding, let them expose it in the court. It's the court of law. It's the court that gave the judgment. So what is wrong in challenging the same judgment in the court? What's wrong in testing it? Because all the legal luminaries that have reviewed that case say that it is a jaundiced judgment, and they have their reservation whether whether something didn't happen. I'm not saying anything happened, but they think it wasn't a balanced judgment. Okay? So they are challenging it in Court of Appeal, and there's nothing really wrong with that. It doesn't rule out the issue of going to primary. But somebody had planned something. We can't just follow their program. They have designed something so that if we go, they can come with different sorts of injunctions and slow us down. That is the plan, and we are not going to fall for that. All we are saying is that we will keep focusing and moving Labour Party forward. That is the important thing. They will have a mission here, and nobody should distract us from that. Our mission is to change the narrative in Enugu State. In Nigeria, P2B can't do it alone. Okay, and the Enugu State is the lowest hanging fruit for Labour Party. Just check it out. In Enugu State is the state that has the most possibility of going Labour, of flipping from PDP to Labour. Check around the country. Which other state has this kind of strong candidate, except in Enugu? So they're doing everything possible to stop us, to distract us, to make sure that they continue with the mismanagement, misgovernance that is going on in Enugu State. That is what we want to stop, and that must stop. The people know that.
All right, you speak in very bad light of the PDP in Enugu State, and your principal was a commissioner in this current administration. He was the commissioner for environment in the administration of the PDP that is running now. Do you think he has any moral standing to criticize the PDP as much as you have done this morning?
I wonder what criticism that PDP will get that they don't merit. Yes, he was in PDP, but he was a commissioner, and if you drill down to his tenure as a commissioner, first as commissioner of local government, and then until he resigned, commissioner for environment. If you drill down, you see he discharged his own properly. He doesn't take the last decision. He would have given advice, which we are not going to discuss what happened in the status quo here, okay? But he has given his advice. You can't blame him if his advice was not taken. Commissioners are mere advisors, okay? So you can't. Otherwise, many people won't be running for offices both at the state and the national level, because you have to grow in the politics. Okay, so if you work under somebody, then you don't run for office. No, it doesn't work that way. You see something that is wrong and you want to change it. That's why he wants to be the chief executive. All those things he's been proposing and we are not implemented. He's fighting to have an opportunity to implement it. He's fighting to also make up his own team. The buck stops on the governor's table.
But why didn't he resign if he didn't? Some things didn't sit well with him, or some of his advices did not get the consent that he wanted. Why didn't he resign before the governorship primaries in the PDP, for instance? It was after he lost in the governorship primaries in the PDP that he resigned and joined the Labour Party.
He had resigned before doing the governorship, so he didn't resign after the.
But he was still a part of the PDP.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He resigned after. He resigned before he ran for
primaries. Yeah.
Okay, and then. After the primaries, Chijioke Edeoga accepted the results. Chijioke Edeoga congratulated Hon.Barr. What happened after then is what triggered his entry into Labour. Okay.
What happened?
What happened after then is what triggered his entry into Labour. If you remember very well, during that primaries, a certain former governor went up to him to embarrass him, to intimidate him, to almost fight him physically. If not for his calmness, his restraint, and his majority, his experience, he would have probably gone into a fist cuff with this gentleman, a sitting senator. Okay, and when he congratulated Hon.Barr, and Hon.Barr visited him, and things were said, okay, but thereafter, the way things were going wasn't exactly how the things were discussed. And then, coupled with the fact, what makes somebody take a decision is not just one thing. A lot of things will culminate into you taking a very important decision, as going back on something you have already turned your back on.
Okay.
First of all, if you see what happened in PDP, which they are still suffering the effects now, remember there are 5 governors that pulled out after the nomination. The PDP ticket was supposed to have been zoned to the south. But it wasn't, because of the gerrymandering of a lot of people, including the people that are complaining now, who thought that they would get the ticket, but when they didn't, they now decided to form opposition within the PDP. But the ticket was maneuvered in back to the north. And if you look at the template now, it means that the current president would hand over to his brother. And the current president has not done well. It's not just that he's a Fulani man. He's not done well. He's not done well for the country. The insecurity in the country is at its highest point. There is insecurity. Nothing is working in the country. You don't have roads. I don't have to go through the litany of this. People say this every day. But the issue is that the country is going down the drain. And after this, after the primaries, things were said, and Chijioke wanted to move on. But the principal who we believe is behind the current PDP candidate was acting in a very strange way. It looked like we are going to continue with Hon.Barr family. And if Hon.Barr family continues in this state, in the opinion of a lot of people, including my principal Chijioke Edeoga, it will not all go well for this state. And therefore, we have to go for all-out fight to rescue the people. We do what we can and let the people decide. That's the thing. So it is not a question of that he left PDP or he was a commissioner and all that. Anybody that wants to work for the people would work for the people. They will always come up with issues to discredit you, to weaken you. So how come Chijioke is the only person the sitting government is attacking? Are there not other candidates? There is APC, there is APGA, a gentleman in APGA. So why are they not going after them? Because they know that this is the man that has the ace. So this is the man that has the people's...
You're saying the Hon.Barr family is targeting your principal?
Oh, definitely. There's no doubt about that. Definitely. All the shenanigans you see going on is not by accident. It's something that has been totally planned. They review our activities every day because we publish our activity. They review our activities and they come up. And you wouldn't know that in some of the places we go to, in some of the wards we go to, it happened in Milikago. When we were getting in Milikago, the local government chairman gave instruction to block us. They went and brought a grader, and all of us started constructing a road, piled sand, blocking the road, disrupting movement of traffic. In fact, in some areas they dug trenches. It took the youths and the women to go and cover all those things to give us access, to pass, to go to talk to the people in our rallies.
What do you think they are afraid of?
They are afraid that the people have lost hope in them. It's clear. If you go to the streets, just ask anybody. If we are passing in those localities, everybody will come out and be waving at us.
So Edeoga is popular.
Edeoga is driving a movement. It's nothing short of a revolution.
So
okay?
why not test that popularity at the rerun of the primaries?
That is exactly what we are doing. The primaries, so if he has to come, it will come. But it is his right. He has a team of lawyers. He can't go against the advice. His lawyer said, look, we have to go through this way. This is a better way. Since they've gone to court, let's pursue it there. If at the end of the day, the court say you must go and go and do primaries. But you shouldn't distract him from campaigning. That's what it is.
It's 3 months to the election, and with the whole rift that is coming out emanating from the Labour Party, does the Labour Party stand a chance at the 2023 gubernatorial polls?
What I want to assure you today, sitting here, is that Labour Party will win the next election.
Even with the controversy.
Even with the controversy.
So
let me tell you what is happening. Let me tell you what's going on. You know, in the Bible, a certain man planted his maize, and and then he went and planted the grass there. Okay, he wanted to go and kill it. I said, no, leave them, let them grow. At harvest, we know which one is grain, which one is grass. What Odengen is doing, without knowing, is that he's making Labour Party popular. He thinks he's fighting Labour Party. He's creating awareness. 3 months is more than enough. Before the Electoral Act, the time between primaries and the main election is not up to 3 months. Now we've had more than 5 months and we're still going at it. The issue is to educate the electorate. Okay, this is what we are doing. Yes, Odengen is in court. We are on the ground, going from word to word. We are creating awareness. We are fighting. If at the end of the day, the court says it's Odengen, don't you think we have worked for him, for the party, for the people? Would they rather that we sit and wait for weeks and months for the courts to do their judgment? No, we won't do that. We are sure and we are certain that Chijioke Edeoga is the candidate to beat. That's why they're doing everything to stop him, to disorganize him, to distract him. But we are not giving in on that.
So
he
is there a possibility of reconciliation and joining of
There
forces
is-
with
we are-
Motengene to form a formidable opposition?
Yeah, there is a possibility of reconciliation. All the options, all the cards on the table. As we are talking, discussions are going on. Okay, if truly that he wants to work for Labour Party, these things are not rocket science. It's clear on the ground. If we go for any election today, I can tell you that Chijioke Edeoga will beat him. Okay, but what we can't contend with is the plans of the people behind him. That's what we need to manage very well, and that's what we need the people out there to know. I want the people to know that Labour Party is on course. We have distractions, just like PDP has even worse distractions. As we are talking today, PDP may not go for this election because they have broken all the rules in the Electoral Act. Okay, so the people know that, and PDP, they should actually look in to clean their own house than trying to put fire in another person's house. As they were trying to put fire in a house, they forgot to do the things they should do as a party.
So
And
trying
they're
to put
facing
fire
they're
in the
facing
house
they're
and
facing that now.
multiple
They're facing
figures.
the possible consequence of their negligence, because they have never been a party that is detailed. They took a lot of things for granted. They took it that once the nomination is done, primaries is done, the election is over, they start celebrating. It is not the same today. They are sweating, okay, and because they have never been campaigning, they don't even know how to go about it. Okay, so they continue with their their campaign at what do you call it, at administrative levels, okay, and local government levels. But we have gone down to where the voters are, where the people are, not where the stakeholders are. You invite the stakeholders in a certain building and they wear uniform, and if you wave to them and make promises and just you deliver your package. PDP is a package party. They've been packaged to go and do certain things. No, we are an organic party. We grew our party from the grassroots. We mingle with the people. Ask them what is your need. We build it from bottom to top. Okay, so that by the time the government comes in, they will hit the ground running. It's not a question of one influential person coming to say, "Look, I want this for my community." Meanwhile, he's doing it for his farm. You know, that kind of thing. We are going from word to word, and once we come, we say, "Give us your needs," written, signed by the world chairman, and everybody will be there. The market women will be there.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and you speak of distractions. Don't you think that this rancor in the party will affect fortunes of Peter Obi in Enugu State? His presidential bid here in Enugu State?
Yeah, if not well managed, it will. That's why we are very concerned about giving up and going to just sit and be talking about going to court. We need to a lot of people in the villages don't understand what you're saying now. Okay, they don't listen, all they know is that this is the party that I've been convinced to vote for. We need to go and convince them that PDP that you've been voting for the past 23 years has failed you. Because most of the places don't have road, they don't have water, they don't have health center, they don't have security, which is the most important. So that's what we are doing. If not well managed, yes. That's why I say that P2B is not